Amid the controversy between transport network services operators and the government, specifically the LTFRB, two lawmakers from the House of Representatives have deemed it right to file a bill seeking to standardize the requirements and guidelines for their operations. To give us more insight into this legislative move, we have with us half of the tandem of lawmakers, Atleta Party List Representative Jericho Nograles, who together with Davao Representative Carlo Nograles filed together House Bill 6009, otherwise known as the Proposed Transportation Network Service Act. Hello, Congressman Nograles, and welcome to Motoring Today.
Maayong gabi, Butch, and maayong gabi sa tanan ng mga tigsubay sa Motoring Today.
The issue on Transport Network Vehicle Services, or TNVS, is a hot topic in the country right now. So to begin with, what prompted you and your brother to file House Bill 6009?
I'll be honest, no? I have a personal bias to support the transport network system, mainly because I use Grab and Uber. I use it not just in the Philippines but also when I go abroad, and I find it to be safe and I find it to be convenient. And ang nangyari lang dito is hindi pa rin nagkakaroon ng proper legislation yung ating mga Uber and Grab and other transport network services, and I thought that it is already high time. To be honest, I've been working on this bill as early as March of 2017, and I already have a working draft as of May of 2017. Noong pumutok yung issue this July, I was forced to file the bill, but I still have some amendments to it, and I hope that during the deliberations on this bill, I can insert these amendments which may include tax implications.
Can you explain to us briefly the rationale of this bill you are proposing?
Basically, with the lack of legislation, it is very impossible to regulate Uber and Grab. In fact, there are two theories. Number one, the LTFRB has the legal capacity to regulate the TNCs and the TMVs. And the other side of the coin is that the LTFRB does not have the legal capacity. So itong bill ko, I'm hoping to create a definition of what a transport network service is and what are the requirements for a transport network company and a transport network driver, and what are the safeguards that the riding public can avail of. Ang importante naman dito primarily is the safety of our riders. And we have already seen that this is a technological disruption to our normal lives, and it is a positive, at least in my opinion, it's a positive disruption. And I hope that we can properly recognize it in a legal capacity so that the public can continue to enjoy the benefits with the responsibility imposed upon by the government.
Tell us, will the existing TNVS drivers be affected by these standard rules?
Yes, they will be affected, as I discussed earlier. They will now be properly regulated under a law if this will pass. Ang problema kasi ngayon is medyo arbitrary yung kanilang implementation sa law. Pwede ang LTFRB would make a rule now, and then they'll make a rule later, and then they will base it on existing franchise laws, which does not 100% apply to the transport network services. Bakit? Malaking debate. Taxi ba ito o hindi? Ang pananaw ko, hindi ito taxi. That's why nagkakaproblema, maraming nagpupumilit na taxi ito. So I think we now have the opportunity to legislate and define that this is not a taxi but a transport network service.
Mr. Congressman, we know for a fact that the LTFRB already set requirements for the TNCs before their driver can operate. Is there any difference between your bill's requirements to that of the agencies?
Yes, definitely, because this will already be, if it passes, it becomes law. And since it becomes law, anything that the LTFRB will be guided according to Congress. So dun na papasok yung ating mga legal theories, political theories, na since batas ito, hindi na ito basta-basta na palitan ng LTFRB.
Reports have it that some TNVS drivers are operating without fully complying with the rules set by the LTFRB. But it was also reported that some papers for application are missing. What are the measures you are doing to prevent the delay in the application process?
That is actually a very complex problem. Nung pumutok yung issue na yan nung July, maraming mga accusations from different parties, even from third parties. But one thing that I take particularly note of is the fact that we have an anti-red tape law. Kung merong application tapos hindi ginalaw ng LTFRB or any government agency, hindi ba dapat deemed approved yan? So, etong tanong ko, bakit hindi umaksyon kaagad yung LTFRB? Sinasabi nila na wala nila yung papeles or yung previous administration ang nakawala ng papeles. Bakit naman na ifo-fault mo yung mga drivers dyan? So, for me, let us take into consideration na etong mga gustong sumapi or sumama dito sa Transport Network Services, bakit nyo pinapahirapan yan? Hinihingi na nga ito ng publiko. Let's consider also that not a lot of people are also amenable to having these transport network services. We also have complaints about these transport network services. But I notice that there are far more benefits than complaints. So anong sinasabi dito? Sinasabi, kailangan natin iset yung ground rules by law and not just the LTFRB. So etong mga drivers na hindi nagsumite, siguro naman hindi dapat sila i-reward na tatakbo sila sa kalsada. But at the same time, tanungin natin, bakit hindi sila nakapagsumite? Baka yung hinihingi naman ng LTFRB ay masyadong mabigat din sa mga drivers at nonsense. So, ito malabo talaga. It's a very big gray area and I hope that we can accomplish the black and whites on this one by passing a law.
Under this bill, you are also requiring the TNCs to develop some policies for the drivers like prohibiting the use of drugs or alcohol and vehicle safety policies. Can you tell us details about these?
Well, basically, that's where yung technology comes in. No? Yan yung na-appreciate ko sa mga transport network services that are using the latest technologies na pwede tayong mag-report kaagad. Meron akong personal experience that I had a very unruly driver that I reported immediately, and within minutes and during my ride, meron ng immediate instruction to stop the vehicle and alight from the vehicle and na-suspend yung account ng driver for breaking the law. He was going through red lights, he was swerving throughout EDSA, and I didn't want to get into an accident or mahassle yung mga ibang drivers. So when I reported, there was an immediate action on the part of the transport network company. And that being said, naisip ko, kaya pala ng transport network company na mabilis sila mag-self-regulate, edi dapat i-require na natin sila dyan. I don't think that a call or a text to a hotline to the LTFRB can actually equal that kind of disciplinary action. So, kung gusto nyo, ito yung serbisyo na pwede tayong mag-demand by law na meron silang self-regulation mechanism such as that, na isang text lang, masususpend na yung driver until the driver will prove otherwise. Because number one naman natin na goal dito is safety. Alam nyo, Nung final ko itong House Bill number 6009, maraming nagsulat sa akin sa email. Maraming nagsasabi na ito yung experience ko, and hindi lang Pilipino yung sumulat sa akin, pati yung mga foreigners living here in the Philippines. They're talking about the whole process, and they're saying na mabuti na meron itong chance mga transport network companies to exist in Philippine roads, kasi kailangan ito hindi lang ng mga Pilipino, pati mga turista at mga businessmen natin na galing abroad.
Kindly tell us, are you working closely with a particular government agency with regard to this bill?
Well, I am working closely with the House of Representatives on this matter, and gusto ko sana na independent tayo when crafting our laws, and when the Committee on Transportation will start hearing this matter, doon na natin maririnig yung official statements ng LTFRB, ng LTO, ng Department of Transportation, and other concerned agencies, NGOs, and even the taxis and other groups, no. I think trabaho ng congressman is to try to be as independent as possible, and so I filed this bill independently, hoping to solicit the wisdom from everyone. Kaya natutuwa ako sa mga nagpapadala ng mga Facebook messages at mga email sa akin, expressing their thoughts on the matter, and I'm keeping tabs and keeping notes on the feedback.
Thank you very much for your time, Congressman Nograles. Before we end, do you have any message to our viewers?
Gusto ko sanang mag-reach out sa ating mga viewers sa Motoring Today. Kung pwede, sulatan ninyo yung inyong mga congressman tungkol sa bill na ito. Kung meron kayong mga suggestions, reactions, even violent reactions and violent suggestions are welcome. It is very important na kayo ang magsasabi sa amin kung paano namin ipasa itong bill na ito, kung gusto nyo bang ipasa ang bill na ito.
Daghang salamat, Congressman.
Daghang salamat, Butch. Daghang salamat sa Motoring Today.
Atleta Party List Representative Jericho Nograles with insights into House Bill 6009, or the Transportation Network Service Act, our guest on this week's edition of Motoring Today's Motoring Forum.